Hello, everyone. It is Franco's World, episode 16, and we are live. It feels good to be back. This show is coming out a day later than expected, but, buddy, if I felt any better, you wouldn't even believe it. We had some unforeseeable circumstances that led me not to be able to release a show on Tuesday. People were coming to fix our AC for the 30th time. The AC has been busted for the past 2.5 weeks. It has been up to 88 degrees in my house. Okay, in the sweltering dog days of summer heat. I'm living like I'm in, I don't know, some sort of Southeast Asian country that's just super humid and super hot at all times. It's ridiculous. I can't sleep at night. I can now, thanks to the AC. Today's show is going to be fantastic. I've got a great one lined up for you. The Emmy Awards are September 14th, so in doing so, we're going to preview TV even before September gets going. I asked, what is the best show that y'all have watched in the past year? Old ones included. I don't want to, discriminate anybody. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about. I'm going to talk about all those and give my thoughts and mostly just break them down in a funny way, especially if I haven't watched them. I'm just going to read the synopsis and give a quick judgment call on that. And then I'm going to talk about college football because it is the reason for the season. I went 4-0 in picks last week. I had the under in Miami and Florida. I had the over in Hawaii, Arizona. I had Hawaii plus 11 game. I had Hawaii second half team total over 14.5. Those, my friends, are 4 winners, and that is how you want to start a college football season. So if you want to make any picks, get a hold of me, and we'll get you set up. $50 free play. Bingo, bango, jingo, jango. Okay, I'm excited for today's show. That'll do it for the intro. And when we get back, we're going to, answer or comment on all the listeners' questions, which I post every week on Franco's World _. That's also my Twitter and my Instagram. It's all that stuff. But thank you very much for listening, wherever you may be listening, however you may be listening. And I hope you enjoy today's block of entertainment as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. We back. We are back. So I'm going to answer and comment and all that stuff about my Instagram story. So let's get started. I got a lot, so I'm very excited to go through it. So two different people said Chernobyl. Now, I talked about I'm not going to act like I was early on that, but I was early on that. Okay? You guys saw the old episodes where I was, talking about how I couldn't stay. I mean, I love the show, but I kept having to turn it off because I kept almost getting sick because, I don't know, their bodies were melting away. They kind of look like the pizza that you would get. Their skin looked like the pizza that you would get from the school cafeteria in elementary school. It was just like that. It was, I'm getting sick just thinking about it. I don't want to go into detail about that, but it was bad. The story was incredible, though, because I didn't understand the magnitude at which the Soviet government lied about it. And seeing, some people fight the good fight, seeing some people risk their lives for the safety of everyone else, like the guys who went underwater and did that, or like the miners that worked all night. They knew what they were getting into, and they weren't looked after, they weren't cared after, they just did it for the greater good, and that is an admirable thing. It was absolutely sickening watching the people play in I think it was the first episode where they were playing in the radioactive snow, which they were oh, it's snowing, and it's just melting their skin away. Oh my goodness. The show was incredible. I'm not going to rewatch it again because I don't think I can handle that again. I don't think I can handle the, I don't know, mutated bodies. I guess that would be the right word to use. It was incredible, though. The show, I mean, let's see. I have odds, actually. I have odds about what, show is going to win Emmys and stuff like that on my spot where I place wagers at. And that's also kind of the reason why I'm talking about this show, or why I'm talking about TV on this show. Because if you think you know more than the average person about television, you think you make some money off the award shows that are coming up, Well, guess what? My spot that I like to place wagers at has Emmy awards. So the Emmy award for best outstanding limited series. The favorite in that is When They See Us. I didn't see that, ironically, but I do know what it's about. And granted, the magnitude of that story and the realness of that story, I can definitely see that one winning. But I had, Chernobyl is the second favorite in that at even odds. It was me hitting a glass with my phone. Oh, yeah, no one said this show, but when does Ozark come back? Is there any word on when Ozark comes back? Because I loved Ozark. I think there's 3 seasons, maybe 2, but I know I watched them both like back to back. And if there's a new season and I missed out on it or nobody told me about it, I'll be heated. All right, so Chernobyl, I think, was amazing. You all know my thoughts on the show from past episodes. Another person, JL, said Gotham. I haven't seen Gotham. I apologize. I'm not a massive comic book guy. That's not me thinking it's like, oh, I don't want to be a nerd. That's just me. I'm not a comic book guy. I think Batman's cool. I like Batman. I would like to be Batman. And Bruce Wayne, Master Wayne. I think is the Joker in the show? Because that'd be cool. And the Riddler, the Penguin. Now I'm just naming Batman people. Scarecrow. What's the girl? The girl that all the people thought it would be cute to dress up as for Halloween in like 2016. Harley Quinn. That's another villain. I think I'm just naming people now. Let me see how many people I can name. Magneto. That's not that guy. Well, no, Magneto, he's, Steppenwolf. That's a guy. I remember seeing a movie where he was in there. There's got to be somebody named Doctor something. Dr. Freeze, maybe? The Iceman? Whatever Arnold Schwarzenegger played. Bane? That's a guy? Yeah. Alfred? And who's the other guy I'm thinking of? Robin. And there's Gotham for you. I apologize. I haven't watched Gotham. I don't. No, I'm not going to apologize. This is my show. I'm not apologizing. All right. CH said Game of Thrones first season of True Detective. Okay, 2 people said True Detective. You and SJ. And I can't agree with you more. Okay, so let's just go off on True Detective. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. Because next week, I have decided that, no, I'm talking about TV. Well, I want to get through all of them, but I want to talk about how much I love True Detective. The first season of True Detective is, my opinion, the greatest season of television ever created. It's a movie. It's like 8 or 9 episodes. It is incredible how they string it along. The acting, the fact that those buddy cops can seem like they hate each other, but also seem like they love each other. McConaughey and Harrelson, it's like, wow. It's amazing. Michelle Monaghan, she's electric. I love Michelle Monaghan. She was in the movie Due Date, which I think is vastly underrated. That movie's incredible. Watch Due Date. It's just Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis and Jamie Foxx and Michelle Monaghan, and that's it. And it's just them. It's incredible that they stuck Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis in a car, and that was the movie. They just stuck them in the car and drove across country, and that was the movie. It is hilarious. Please watch it. Please watch Due Date. I own it on DVD. That's how much I love it. I own a DVD of the movie. First season of True Detective. That single shot scene where McConaughey and Harrelson are on like a little mission, a little side mission where McConaughey goes undercover and then they go to the ghetto and they start robbing people and the camera doesn't cut away at all. It's just single shot and it's like there's fighting and gunshots and they gotta jump the fence and a car's got to pull up at the right time. Oh, it's like you're on the edge of your seat the whole time. That scene, and then the scene where they finally, well, I don't want to ruin it for you, but if you haven't seen it by now, it's your own fault. But the scene where they kill Reggie Ledoux, oh boy. And then and their stories have to match up in interrogations. So they make this fake story about how they were getting under fire, and it was so smart of them to act like they were like shooting bullets all across the field and like tripping explosives off like that to make it seem like they were an actual firefight as opposed to shooting someone in the head with their hands tied behind their back. That show is incredible. McConaughey hooks up with Woody Harrelson's wife. Actually, no, Woody Harrelson's wife hooks up with McConaughey, takes advantage of him and his poor mental state because she wanted to get back at her husband, Mr. Marty Hart, for all the years of infidelity that he had. And it's like, blah. They get in that fight, and they're like, hey, we got to suspend you guys. And McConaughey's like, forget this, I'm done. And the last thing he says, he's like, nice hook, Marty. They get in a fight. They were boys. He was his only friend. And then they fought. And all he had to say to him was, nice hook, Marty. And left. Stone cold. I mean, I could talk about that show for days and for hours. I might talk about it more next week. But I know we got a lot of shows to get through today. So I don't want to spend an incredibly ton of time on True Detective. Now, True Detective Season 2, not my favorite. The acting was good in it. You know? The acting was solid in it. I just don't know if, like, there was way too many storylines to try to tie together in that one. You had Rachel McAdams' storyline, Colin Farrell's storyline, Vince Vaughn's storyline, Taylor Kitsch's storyline. And you're supposed to add all them together, and it was just a lot. So they simplified, folks. In Season 3, they simplified with Mahershala, I can't say his name, Ali, Mr. Ali. And I don't remember the actor that played the other character's name. But they had a really good buddy cop thing going on. Buddy detective thing going on. Just two people. And that's what I like. Just the buddy cop thing. But then it goes deeper than that. They have their own backstory as the reason why they act the way they do. Purple, as they called the one character. Purple. Oh, because his name was Hayes, maybe? Purple Hayes? I think that's why. The Jimi Hendrix song. Purple Haze. Okay. Let's see here. Impractical Jokers will forever be a classic. JW said that. I don't watch Impractical Jokers. It is bananas to me. You know, you can like what you like. I'm not the gatekeeper of comedy. Okay? You like what you like. But I don't like Impractical Jokers. Practical jokes are not funny to me. Playing pranks on people is not funny to me. How do people not know who the Impractical Jokers are by now? There's been 10,000 seasons of this show, and you're telling me you don't know what these guys look like? That's crazy talk. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I just don't see how the show is entertaining for you people. I get anxious watching the men on the street. I can't watch Billy on the street. I can't watch any of these viral videos where people act stupid in public. I can't do that. I can't. I don't understand how you like Impractical Jokers if you have a conscience. Because if someone walked up to me and started acting crazy in public, I'd turn and probably run the other way. I don't know if I can handle that. Might act a little funny. And that would freak me out. And then they go on tour and do shows. How do you play pranks on people on tour? Do they do stand-up? Are they like comedians? Do they do stand-up? Do they do improv? They have to do improv. These guys have got to be an improv group. I'm not even looking up their bios on Wikipedia. I'm sure they're nice guys. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying the show's not for me. I'm sure they were an improv group, and they're just like, hey, let's play pranks on people. That's got to be it. And Practical Jokers, not for me. Tough break. Here we go. SB, Big Mouth, or Stranger Things. P.S. Patriot is the best show of all time. Amazon canceled it after 2 seasons. I love Big Mouth. I love anything Nick Kroll, John Mulaney put their hands on. Andrew Goldberg also, I think, maybe. I think he was a part of it. Anything? Well, I mean, the whole cast is incredible. Jay Mantzoukas, Jenny Slate. I love the show. Maya Rudolph. I love the show. Fred Armisen is in it. I think Kristen Wiig has a character. Either way, I mean, that show's incredible. Like, the fact that they can talk about such a graphic topic like going through puberty and like being in late middle, early high school and stuff like that, and make it funny and make it relatable and make it all these different types of things. It's incredible. The fact that they can do that. And I'm so happy it gets renewed for like 10 more seasons. I love it. I used to be able to do a killer. Coach Steve's my favorite character. And I used to be able to do a killer Coach Steve impression. You can ask my friends. Well, I guess all my friends that knew that, they all live in Cincinnati. So if you're in the greater Cincinnati area now, talk to those guys. But, I mean, I used to be able to, like, walk around for, like, hours. Like, we would go out to the clubs and stuff like that, and I'd talk like Coach Steve. Like, that'd be a joke. Like, hey, see if you can talk to Coach Steve and, like, talk to girls tonight. Talk like Coach Steve. All right. So, by the airport? LaGuardia. See? That word. Just LaGuardia. All right. I might have to make a reel of my Big Mouth impression. Well, basically just Coach Steve just being an idiot. I love Big Mouth. It's not suitable for kids. Don't think because it's a cartoon it's suitable for kids. But and it's vulgar, very, but it's hilarious. So definitely give that a watch. Stranger Things. Love Stranger Things. I watched the whole season in 2 days, the third season. I'm so happy that they made Billy become a good guy. Billy deserves justice. What's going on with 11, though? What's going on with 11, though? And I will check out The Patriot. We got a lot of shows to get through and not a lot of time. So these last 3 minutes, we're going to hustle through the show so we can spend the last 10 minutes on college football. Reminder to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at FrancosWorld_. And if you want to place any wagers, get a hold of me. CP said, bet you'd say Squidbillies. Now, CP and I have been going back and forth about who's more white trash. He is from Texas. I'm from West Virginia. I know I'm already losing. But I, being a amateur comedian that I am, and him just being a regular person, I have been absolutely decimating him with roast. I mean, he can't even hold a candle to me. It's over. I don't think it's hold a candle, frankly. Whatever that expression is. He ain't even close. I mean, I said he's so white trash. His parents saved up all his toys from his Happy Meals and gave them to him on Christmas. That's how white trash CP is. CP's so white trash, he named his kids Smith and Weston. CP is so white trash, he had his 5th birthday party was Mountain Dew Code Red themed. That's how white trash he is. He probably so white trash he gets like the jerky chew stuff that looks like snuff for his kids so he can be like daddy. That's how white trash CP is. I could keep going. I got bundles of this stuff, folks. Don't come at, if you're gonna come at me, come correct. Because I'm coming for the neck. You heard? Don't mess with the amateur comedians. They know a thing or two. The open micers. And that's the thing. I always call myself an amateur because I've only been paid in drinks and that's it. So I've never been paid in cash. So until I get paid, the first time I get paid in cash, I will call myself a comedian, a comedic professional. And to me, a comedian is a person who does stand-up. Comedic actor's comedic actor, comedic writer's comedic writer. Comedian, comic, stand-up. I'm an amateur. Comic, open mic, comic. Only been paid in drinks. Never been paid in money. Dang. Also, I think I'm going to move to Austin, Texas. So hopefully the joke scene there is pretty good. MH, Fargo Season 1. Haven't seen it. Heard a lot of good things. WA, Peaky Blinders. Haven't seen it. Heard a lot of good things. RT, King of the Hill. Have seen it. Don't like it a lot, but I understand why people like it, especially if they're from a white trash area. SI, taboo. I don't know what that is, but I know what Zaboomafoo is. Man, Zaboomafoo, man. That lemur touched my heart, man. Zabu. I think his name was Julian or something like that. He was from Duke University. There's a lemur habitat at Duke University. That's probably the only good thing Duke has ever done for me. Produce Zaboomafoo. So hats off to you. He died of kidney failure in like 2015. I'm devastated. In B, The Simpsons. Have seen it. Kind of fallen off a little bit, but I respect the greatness, and the amount of writers that have come through there and had tremendous careers is incredible. MH, Chernobyl, we already said MC, Chernobyl, and SJ said True Detective. Yeah. So we got through them all. This is my show. I do want, but I think you just listen because you like having background noise. Put this on in the car, put this on in the office, put this on your run. Probably don't put it on your run. Probably want something more upbeat. But I appreciate y'all listening. And when I get back, baby, we talking about college football because week 1 is approaching. Week 1 is Saturday, and you're going to want to get your picks in. So I got picks for you for Thursday. I got picks for you for Friday. And I might tease a couple for Saturday. But if you want to see my picks, I'm going to tweet them out, Franco's World _. Follow me to greatness, folks. I'm 4-0 to start the season. I mean, I couldn't do it. My success is your success. And I wouldn't be able to do it without the help of Phil Steele Magazine, without the help of Oddshark, without the help of Vegas Insider, without the help of Rico Bosco. I couldn't do it without anybody. So thank you. I'll be right back. I don't think it's playing. I tried to play music. I tried to play music. I don't think the music is working. This is my first attempt at trying to play music, and I don't think it's working. I was playing the ESPN college football theme from like 2007, back when it was good, and they didn't just play like Fall Out Boy or Imagine Dragons. And I just try to get a little intro going on, and I don't think that worked. So there's going to be about 10 seconds of this show that makes 0 sense. So let's get into brass tacks. Let's talk about the picks. We already know I went 4-0. I had the under in Florida, Miami. I had the over in Hawaii, Arizona. I had team total over Hawaii and had Hawaii plus 11. Hawaii and Cole McDonald was amazing. It was feast or famine. He was playing backyard football. He ran around, slung it up in the air, and it was either a touchdown or an interception. It was awesome. I love Cole McDonald, man. He's embraced a Hawaiian life more than anybody I know. He's embraced it more than Dog the Bounty Hunter. He's got dreadlocks. He's got the island tattoo on his arm. The Big Island, baby. So let's get into picks. Thursday night, I got Cincinnati -3 against UCLA. I got Tulane -2 against Florida International. And I got Utah -5 against BYU. That's moved up to 7, so tough break. I think everybody and their brother is on Utah. Friday, I'm going to have Army. I think I'm going to take them first half. That's 13.5. So I'm going to have Army first half, 13.5. Let's see if I can get some underdogs here. Any underdogs I like? Okay, the Oklahoma State-Oregon game has already moved down to 14. If I can get that maybe just a little bit lower, I'm going to take Oklahoma State on the road at Oregon State, Corvallis. Oregon State stinks. Their canceled program ever since Sean Mannion was a statue in the pocket. The guy had concrete feet. Saturday, the big slate. I will be in Morgantown watching my Mountaineers play the Dukes of James Madison. They're only 5.5-point favorites. James Madison is the second best FCF team in the country, and West Virginia is a team that, is in a rebuilding year. I think they won 4 games this year. It's going to be tight. I'm not betting on it because I don't want to make my day go from bad to worse. Oh, man, we lost to an FCS team, and I lost money. Definitely don't want that. All right. Here's some ones I'm thinking about. Memphis -5 against Ole Miss. Man, South Carolina keeps moving up. That was a 6-point. Now it's 10.5. Duke has moved down. I like Duke plus 35 against Alabama. Yes, Alabama. Yes, Duke. That's just a lot. I think maybe Alabama sleepwalks a little bit this first week, and then whoever they play next week, boy, oh boy. It's going to get ugly, folks. I'm not touching SMU, Arkansas State. There's not a ton of stuff I like here. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, so that total's moved down. Virginia. Virginia is 2.5 point favorites against Pitt. I like that. Let's see here. That's really all I'm seeing, and I think I'm gonna go in the late game just because I need to pick a late game. I'm gonna go Oregon. Be they're 3.5 point dogs, and I have a lot of chalk, so I have a lot of favorites. I need to get some dogs in there, and so I'm gonna take Oregon plus 3.5 probably, unless that moves against Auburn. Now, I'm going to take other stuff throughout the day. Maybe I get a tip on something or a late injury or a suspension because those stuff doesn't come out till like right before kick. But man, I'm excited for college football to be back, man. The pageantry of college football is why I love it so much. The fight songs, the fans, the students, the traditions, the weird offenses, the weird defenses. I like it all. The fact that players make mistakes, I like it. I don't know, man. This just college football. I don't know. I guess it reminds me of my childhood too. That might have something to do with it. But I'm excited for the season. If there's any game specifically you want me to talk about, maybe I can make a quick little snippet before Saturday. Like I can give you like a quick like 10 minute. Maybe that's what I do. The problem is I only have so much space that I bought for my like monthly subscription to this site that I use to send it out to all the other sites. And it can hold like 4 30-minute episodes. I think I had 5 30-minute episodes one week, but 4 30-minute episodes, and I know like I'm gonna be good. If I add that 1 10-minute episode a week where I just talk about my college football picks for the day, it's gonna get a little tight, and I don't want to pay more for a bigger subscription. But I would like to take the time to thank you for listening to today's show. I don't think last week's episode was on iTunes for some reason. I don't know what the heck happened, but I don't think it was on Apple Podcasts. It was weird. So, but I would like to thank you all for listening to today's show, wherever you may be listening, however you may be listening. Remember to tell your friends, coworkers, family members, bosses, Uber drivers. Just tell them to put it on whenever they're driving. Tip them a little bit. Say, hey, put Franco's World on. This is a nice young guy doing his thing here. Shout out to my sister who has landed safely in España. She's living in Spain now. She lives in Madrid with her family and kids, and they're safely over there. And she started blogging recently. I don't know what she's blogging about, but you can probably find that on her Instagram, whatever her name is. I'm not going to give out her name, but if you know her, you know her. Yeah, feels good. Today's show was good. I like it, and I'm excited to see what happens next week. I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. I think next week should be more joke filled and less conversational filled. But then again, this isn't really like my act. This is just me talking, and that's how much range I have. Oh, there it is. That's how much range I have, folks. I mean, look. I'm doing jokes on Friday, Saturday, but then doing sit down conversationals on Tuesday, Wednesday. Wow. All right. Thank you guys very much. I will see you when I see you. In the meantime, you just keep taking care of yourself and keep all those comments and questions coming in because I read them all. And thank you guys for listening. It means a lot to me. So I will see you when I see you, and I hope you have a great day.